Christy, thank you. Tonight we're going to show you something really special as we continue our Carolinas family coverage of the Upstate heroes who served their country in war and again here at home.
So, Amy, I met these guys while reporting our story last week about a group of veterans in Greenville called Fellow Countrymen. And one of the vets in that group said, "You've got to come see our group in Anderson." So I did, and went back again and again for 3 weeks because it is one of the most amazing groups of people you will ever meet. A room full of heroes where the only rule is nothing they say ever leaves that room, except for tonight. They've made an exception for all of us.
This is like a family.
I hope y'all have a good time, just same as I'm doing.
Believe it or not,
when you come out here.
the 60 or so men and women in this room will later describe this
I can't wait until Wednesday.
as the highlight of their week.
It just keeps me going.
Sitting in plastic chairs around folding tables, sharing donuts and coffee at an Elks Lodge in Anderson. This wouldn't be much of a draw or much of a story if the hats didn't give them away.
U.S. Air Force, Vietnam, 68 and 69.
Norm Bundy, United States Marine Corps.
My name is Jesse Taylor, and I served with the 82nd Airborne, the 173rd, the 509th, 101st in Vietnam.
That last guy, Jesse Taylor, he's got more decorations than the Biltmore at Christmas. A Silver Star, 2 Bronze Stars with a V for Valor in Combat, 2 Army Commendation Medals, both with a V, all of them earned for his bravery in Vietnam. He's here every week, alongside retired officers, pilots, and grunts.
I'm Tom Miller. I was drafted into the Army in 1968. I served for 2 years.
Tom wasn't just in the Army. He fought at Hamburger Hill, a bloody but terribly short-lived American victory against the North Vietnamese Army. This man, Nathan Carruthers, served in the Pacific in World War II for 17 months, never set a foot on dry land. Everyone here has a story. They've all done incredible things, and they're still doing them right here in this room.
To the Battle of the Bulge, Battle of Hurricane Forest, and thank God for being alive.
It was all Jesse's idea. When the VA canceled his PTSD support group, he took things into his own hands. Literally, he took the sign-in sheet with everybody's name and phone number and made a copy.
That evening I went home and I started calling, and I made contact with 14 guys that evening.
Which is how Vets Helping Vets Anderson came to be. 14 heroes meeting at the library became nearly 100 at the Elks Lodge. Mostly combat veterans, trained killers, bound together in an unbreakable bond of love for one another.
Where would you be right now if this group didn't exist?
I would probably be in my bedroom.
Just locked up and not
just
talking?
Locked up and not doing anything, because it got to the point where that's what happened.
When Tom got back from Vietnam, he couldn't talk about it. Then, after a while, he couldn't talk at all. He became a shut-in, then a hospital patient on medication and shock therapy. Only being here brought Tom back.
They understand. They feel what you feel and can talk about it.
And I'm going to start off here with my main man, a Huey pilot that served, 3 years in Vietnam?
We're like brothers. That's all. That's the word.
Everybody in here's got that common bond, regardless of what they did on the outside. When they come in here, they're a veteran.
That understanding is what makes Vets Helping Vets so special. They've already proven how tough they are, so there's no tough talk. In fact, rarely do you meet a group of men so eager to talk about love.
We love each other, and that's one thing I do push, is love. You can go a long way with love. I just lost my wife about 3 weeks ago, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate all the guys that call and talk to me, because it helps. And I appreciate it, and I love every one of you, and thank you very much.
When Billy Conrad needed a liver transplant, the same men and women who stood with him in service never left his side.
I'd wake up and there's these guys standing there, all from this group.
They raised money for his bills. They cut his lawn back home.
This group has given me a reason to exist, to live, to...
Outside this room, The same people go back to their regular upstate lives, but the room draws them back to the heroes they once were.
My area of operation was in the Iron Triangle, a place called the Hobo Woods. If anybody's ever been there, they know it's a place to stay away from.
Doing the same things that made them great.
Just being here is the best dose of medicine I've had in several weeks, so good to see y'all. Good to be back. Love you, man.
It's an easy group of guys to love. And if you can indulge for just a minute, Tom Miller, the guy you met there who fought at Hamburger Hill, well, while we were reporting this, he actually wrote me a letter because he has trouble sometimes composing what he wants to say, even now with the help of that group. And I want to read a small part of it to you. He says, from 10 to 11:30 every Wednesday, I don't hate myself. I don't feel sad. I don't cry. Sometimes I even smile and laugh. I don't feel alone and am understood. People really like me for who I am, even with all my baggage. They pat me on my shoulder when they pass my chair and are glad to see me. I don't think about the constant pain I have in my back and shoulder. I am in a room with about 70 people and am not afraid. Sometimes I am even proud. Amy, that's a war hero who's feeling pride sometimes for the first time because he's around people who understand his life and his story, and it is the most moving place I've ever been.
And I'm so glad you shared it with us, Gordon, because I think the love, you can feel it coming through the TV screen as I sit here in Greenville and watch your story. So great of them to let us in, right? This is something we wouldn't even know about if they didn't let you in there.
First of all, the most humbling thing you can ever see. I mean, these are American heroes, every one of them to the man and woman. And the second thing, and I hinted at it a little bit in the story, but it's worth repeating, as men, we want to talk tough. We want to show everybody we're tough. Well, these guys have nothing to prove about how tough they are. We know they're tough. And that's freed them up to just be the most gracious and loving people you will ever meet in your whole life. It's amazing.
It really is, Gordon.